All right, here's test 4. We're going to go over number 1 first. It says Chan and Fala invested money as shown in the table. How much more interest did Fala earn in dollars after 3 years? Round to the nearest cent. Okay, let's look at Chan. She invested $3,000, 5% at a simple interest rate. Well, simple interest, remember, is just I equals PRT. So I know my principal is $3,000. My rate is 5%, but remember you move the decimal over twice, 0.05. And the time is right here, 3 years, so times 3. Okay, so when I do this, 3,000 times 0.05 times 3. Yes, I know you didn't get to use the calculator, but I'm going to. You get 40, no, I messed up, sorry. 3,000 times 0.05 times 3, 450. So $450. Okay, now you, since you didn't have a calculator, should have done 3,000 times 3. Well, what's 3 times 3? 9,000. So 3 times 3 is 9. Add the zeros and then times 0.05. Still get the same result. Okay, so Chan earned $450 simple interest. Now look at Fala. She invested $3,000 at the same interest rate, but remember you move the decimal over still, so 0.05, compounded annually. Remember, for compound interest, you use the chart. So for year 1, her starting balance is $3,000. Okay? Her principal times her rate times her time. Let's write that. So 3,000. The rate is 0.05. And remember, in compound, this year is just 1, so times 1. Okay, so when you do that, you get $150. Okay? And this isn't even asking for anything to do with the ending balance, so I would just calculate the interest. But remember, we need the ending balance to find our starting balance for the next year. So I'm going to add 150 to the 3,000 that we started with. You get 3,150. Okay, that's going to be my starting balance for year 2. Okay, then going to put this in as my principal, 3,150 times the rate times the time. Okay, still 1 year. Going to type that in, times 0.05 times 1, $157.50. Okay, remember you add the starting balance with the interest earned. You get $3,307.50. Okay, so that's going to be my starting balance for the last year we're doing. It's also my principal in my formula. Times the rate times the time. Okay, type it in. $165.37. So I add that to my starting balance. You get $3,472.88. Okay, so now to find the total interest she earned, all you do is add these up right here. 150 plus 157.5 plus 165.37. Okay, so Fala earned $472.87 in interest. Okay, now let's read the question again. How much more did Fala earn in dollars after 3 years? So now all you do is subtract. $22.87. Okay, I know that was a long problem, especially without a calculator, but I wanted you to see how to work it, okay? All right, number 2. Grace wants to participate in a dance recital. She cannot miss more than 15% of the 40 classes before the recital. What is the minimum number of classes Grace must attend in order to be in the recital? Okay, first thing I need to do is figure out what 15% of 40 is, because that's the number of dance classes she can miss and still be in the recital. So remember to find the percent of a number. So finding 15% of 40, all you do is take 40 and multiply it times the percent as a decimal. Remember, all you do is move the decimal over 2 times, okay? So now we multiply like normal. What's 5 times 0? 0. 5 times 4 is 20. I'm going to add another 0. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 4 is 4. Okay, then we add. Now I'm going to go back and count the number of numbers behind the decimal. There's 0 numbers behind this decimal, 2 behind this one, so 2 total. 1, 2. Okay, so she can miss a total of 6 dance classes. But let's read the question again. What is the minimum number of classes Grace must attend? So if she can miss 6, how many does she have to go to? So all you do, subtract 40 minus 6, 34. A lot of you got the 6, so I gave you some credit for that, but a lot of you forgot to subtract, okay? All right, number 3. At the beginning of 2012, Jacob's savings account had $675 in it. He deposited $4.25 each month for 6 months and earned a total of $28.50 in interest. What was the percent of increase for Jacob's savings account at the end of the 6 months? Okay? First, we need to figure out how much interest he earned. We're going to do $4.25 times the 6 months. Okay, remember we multiply like normal. 6 times 5 is 30. Carry the 3. 6 times 2 is 12. Plus 3 is 15. 6 times 4 is 24. Plus 1 is 25. Okay, count the number of numbers behind the decimal. There's 2 here, 0 here, so 2 total. So $25.50. Now, he also earned a total of $28.50 in interest. So $28.50. We got to add that. So, sorry, when we are multiplying the $4.25 times 6, that's how much money he put in there every month, okay? Okay, so 0, 0, carry the 1. 8 plus 15, or 5 is 13 plus 1 is 14. And then $54. Okay, remember our percent of increase is difference over original. Okay, so we could add this to the total, but then we'd just be subtracting. This is the difference in the account. That's how much money was put in there and earned by interest, okay? So this is going to be my difference over my original of $675. So you just do top in, bottom out. I have to add a decimal and 2 zeros. Make sure you bring your decimal up. 675 goes into 5,000, or goes into 54 or 540 0 times. Goes into 5,408 times, and it goes in evenly. Okay, but remember, this is a decimal. We need to make it a percent. You move it over twice, so it's 8%. Okay? All right, number 4. Number 4 says Samantha is following a blueprint to build an addition to her house. The kitchen countertop will be 8.75 feet long. The scale of the blueprint is 1 centimeter equals 1.75 feet wide. What is the length of the countertop in the blueprint? Okay, so the blueprint length, remember, is the centimeters, and the actual length is the feet. Because it already says the countertop is going to be 8 7/75 feet long. So we are looking for centimeters. So remember, you put centimeters on top. I know 1 centimeter is equal to 1 7/75 feet. Okay, we're using that dimensional analysis tool that we talked about. Okay? Remember, the goal is to get the units to cancel, so I want my feet to go on top. So I'm going to put my 8 7/75 feet on top. Okay, feet cancels. I'm left with centimeters. Remember, we multiply across. So 1 times 8 7/75 is just 8 7/75, and you bring the centimeters over 1 7/75. So now all we have to do is divide. So top goes in, bottom goes out. Okay, I saw someone not move the decimal. Remember, we have to move the decimal first. Okay, and then 175 goes into 875 5 times evenly. So it's going to be 5 centimeters. All right, the 3 attributes of similarity. I was a little disappointed because this should have been one everybody should have gotten. So the 3 attributes of similarity are the same shape, but not the same size. I had lots of people write same size. Okay, similar figures are not always the same shape and the same size. So they're the same shape, but not the same size. Corresponding angles are congruent. And then corresponding sides are proportional. All right, number 6. Number 6, it says, what is the slope and y-intercept of the given equation? Remember, we need to put it in y equals mx plus b form. Okay? So right now, my goal is to get y by itself, so I have to move some things around. First thing I'm going to move is minus 3x. Okay, so those go away. I'm going to bring down everything I have left, the negative 5y. Now, I cannot take negative 3x away from minus 15. So all I'm going to do is rewrite it. That's it. That's all you're doing. All right. Now, I see negative 5 is being multiplied by y, so I'm going to do the inverse. Divide by negative 5. So the y becomes by itself, which is what we wanted, but then I have to divide each piece by this negative 5. Okay, I know a negative divided by a negative is going to be a positive, so this is just going to be 3/5. We don't mind the slope being in a fraction, whether it be improper or a mixed number or whatever you want to leave it. I like it better in a fraction, actually. And then we have negative 15 divided by negative 5, which is positive 3. I forgot to bring down my x. So here we go. Now remember, m is my slope, b is my y-intercept. So my slope here is 3/5, because that's my m, and my b is 3.